Okay, we live again. All right, family. I apologize. I apologize. That this was on me. But nobody messing with the stream. This is all on me. Curse me out. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give y'all a chance to roll in real quick. Waiting for Renee to get the link, and then she's gonna have to pass it around again. But yeah, I want to apologize. You know what I'm saying? But we here and we about to do our thing again, family, because yeah, we gotta. We y'all think we done? Okay, we good. Okay, we back live. All right, Renee, I'm about to give you the link in the side real quick, and we're gonna let some people come in. And we're gonna finish talking about this.
It's the same link, ain't it?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it's the same link. Why is not letting me post it in here? I don't know why it's not letting me post in here. All right, now I'm having issues with posting. Do you see the link? Did you get it? Did you grab it?
Yeah, I can get it.
Okay, you got it. All right. All right. For some reason, I don't know what's going on. All right, we got some people starting to roll in. I see. Okay. All right. My bad, family. That was on me. Yeah, we back. We back, family. We back. All right. I see Love Wisdom in the building. All right. We got Caribbean Fire back. All right. Yeah, we just gonna spread the link out again, and Renee got to change the link where she posted it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Rashid was good. Yeah, they can't. Yeah, we here. This was on me. This one was on me. You know what I'm saying? I had some issues over here, and yeah, that should be done. That was totally on me. I ain't even gonna get into what happened. Technical difficulties, my fault. I apologize, family. We was cooking too, and we gonna keep on cooking. That was just the beginning part of our rant. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we gotta focus on everything. Because a lot of people, when discussing this, they only looking at it again from their little paradigm, their little bullshit ass paradigm. Because again, a lot of these people got agendas they got to push, so they gonna tackle this from that angle, and they gonna only give it to you from that angle. No, we gonna give it to you the real. We gonna give it to you the way this shit really went down, and what was actually happening in front of your face. Because my issue is this, right? I didn't do that, muchacha. I ain't messing with you, muchacha. Nah, that ain't the case. Nah. I wish it was that simple. Actually, it was kind of that simple. We ain't gonna get into all that. But yeah, family, like I was saying, my issue is this, right? With these motherfuckers who speaking on this. Because like I said, you got a lot of the G1s speaking on this. You got a lot of the P1s who speaking on this. You know, and these motherfuckers are going solely try to push they bullshit with this story and ignore everything else. And my problem with these P1s, let's get into this real quick since I got a few minutes to spare. Let me get into this. I was going to wait and everything else, but I might as well go ahead and get into it now. People starting to come in. So let me get into this, family, real quick. I see what these motherfuckers is doing, right? Like, I see what's going on. What I'm starting to see, because I see that there's a certain segment of black people, right, who like to be on this bullshit with their political parties, and these motherfuckers like to have, Sosa, what's good? Vegeta, what's going on? You got these motherfuckers with these political parties, right? And these motherfuckers like to spread narratives. You know, y'all see the title. Y'all know what the title of the shit is. They like to spread narratives as if white supremacy is a myth, right? We got all these white supremacy is a myth type motherfuckers who love preaching that garbage. Love telling motherfuckers how, you know, we making this shit up. It's all in our head. You know, there is no such thing as systemic racism. I've heard motherfuckers say this. Heard motherfuckers talking about how everything we do is just a choice and all this other shit and blah, 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 right? Now, these same motherfuckers have to cape for this judge's decision. And the reason why they have to cape for this judge's decision is because this judge's decision, or the jury, some people say this was the jury, the sentencing that came down, the 5 years, this goes against their narrative of white supremacy being a myth. This completely goes against their narrative. So they have to turn around and try to defend this decision. They have no choice but to defend this decision. Because if they say that this decision was bullshit, they are acknowledging white supremacy. They understand this. So what you got these coon-ass Negroes doing, these P1s, because most of these P1s are coons, most of them, right? What you got these coon-ass Negroes doing is trying to deflect away from the fact that this was some bullshit and trying to pin this on black people. I have literally heard motherfuckers trying to blame black people for what the fuck happened right here. Not the particular black people that was there, like his brother, who actually did affect the decision. No. They're not blaming just him. No. This is on black people. I have heard people pull out their ass talking about black on black crime when discussing this case. Oh yeah, y'all already know because that's the norm, right? White people get some pressure put on them. How do coons get the pressure off of them? Talk about black on black crime. Point the finger back at black people. This is what these dumbasses like to do. This is what these coons love to fucking do. They're not going to keep that finger on that Becky. They're going to take that finger off that Becky, and they're going to point that bitch right back at you, at your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your aunts, your nieces, your nephews. They're going to point it all back to them and try to make it seem like it's our fault. It's our fault that Amber Guyger waltzed up into that apartment and started having target practice. Yeah. Somehow or another, these motherfuckers flipped it to be our fault. That's what these motherfuckers did. And I see these motherfuckers, right? I see these motherfuckers and I'm chuckling looking at this shit, right? Because I'm like, I see what you're doing. I literally see what you're doing. Because this is you doubling down. Some of them are just doubling down on their whole bullshit that white supremacy don't exist. This is them doubling down on that dumbass narrative. Right? That's part of it, right? The other part is these motherfuckers who got an infatuation for Becky. Now, I'm looking at how motherfuckers is handling this, and I'm trying to decipher which one it is. Right? Because some of these motherfuckers just do have an infatuation for Becky. Let's just call it what it is. They actually wish they was the motherfucker hugging motherfucking Amber when she got motherfucking sentenced. Let's keep that shit a buck. But then you got these motherfuckers, like I said, these white supremacy deniers, who I love chopping it up with. I love chopping it up with these white supremacy deniers, debunking that bullshit, debunking the myth that white supremacy is a myth, right? Because running around here thinking white supremacy is a myth is what the actual myth is. Since a lot of you motherfuckers like to run around here subscribing to the Bible, let me get biblical on you motherfuckers. They say in the Bible, at least a lot of Bible believers will tell you, the greatest lie the devil ever told was telling motherfuckers he didn't exist. That's what Bible motherfuckers will tell you, right? Yeah, well, that shit actually applies when it comes to white supremacy. Right? The biggest lie these fuckers will ever tell you is white supremacy doesn't exist. That is the biggest lie they'll ever tell you. And we got court hearings to back up our statements. We got black men lives only being worth 5 years to back up our statements. Oh, and y'all mad. Y'all big mad back there. Y'all big mad because you motherfuckers can't blame this on Pookie and Ray Ray. I don't give a fuck how much mental gymnastics you bitch ass motherfuckers try to do. I seen a couple of you try to do it and y'all look foolish because you can't put this on Pookie and Ray Ray. This wasn't even Pookie and Ray Ray that went down. This was an educated lame like I said before. And funny thing is, all you motherfucking lames out there who like to talk shit, you white supremacy deniers, you know what's really fucking funny with you motherfuckers? Why is it that it's the pro-blacks, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Big Booty Brendas, the Shaquitas, why is it the pro-blacks from the hood that are outraged? Why is it us that is showing more concern for this educated lame's life than you motherfuckers? You motherfuckers don't even stick up for your own. You motherfuckers are still trying to clap at us. When we the motherfuckers who's trying to stand up for this motherfucker. And y'all want to talk about black on black crime. Defending police fuckery. Let's talk that real shit. Why is it that we're the motherfuckers standing up for them? Where are y'all at? Because the only streams I see y'all doing is still trying to talk shit about black people when one of your own died. Y'all say that the Pookies and Ray Rays ain't one of your own. Y'all say y'all only stand up for the good, upstanding black men. I can't tell. Motherfuckers. Because y'all cool with this Becky bodying him and only getting 5 years for it. Getting the same amount of time a motherfucker gets just for having a fucking handgun in New York. Y'all will crucify that Pookie for having a handgun in New York and getting 5 years. Y'all will justify that shit. And to defend this tame bitch when she gets 5 years for bodying a good, outstanding one of your little black elites, your little educated lanes, she bodied them. And who's the motherfucker standing up for him? Who? You coon ass Negroes, who? Y'all want to talk that real shit? Y'all want to talk that real shit? Y'all want to play games? Y'all want to push dumbass narratives? Because this debunks y'all bullshit. Y'all more concerned about defending a dumbass, ignorant talking point than standing up for one of your own. I hope the rest of you lames is seeing what the fuck is going on. I hope the rest of you lames see how motherfuckers really feel about you. Your own motherfucking educated lames don't give a fuck about you. Y'all all talk shit about pro-blacks, but we the only ones who got you little dumb-ass motherfuckers backs when shit get thick. We the only motherfuckers who gonna have your back, not those motherfuckers y'all kikiing and laughing with. None of them gonna have your back. Something happened to you, they just gonna talk shit about us and let your killer get away and defend them. That's what the fuck's gonna happen. Look for yourself. I ain't making this shit up. Look for your fucking self. Who's the real pro-black males around here? Who's the real? Can the real pro-black males please stand up? Where are you, you G1 motherfuckers? Where you G1 motherfuckers at? G1 motherfuckers make me sick. Y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit. Y'all just talking. Just talking. Yapping off. Talking. Talking. Y'all ain't doing shit. You ain't defending your... anyways, Renee, I've been running my mouth for a minute. You should be done by now.
Yeah, I've been done. I've been back. I'm back in the thing and everything. I muted. I was like, yeah, I guess you didn't hear me. You was going in and stuff.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, sis. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. It's your turn. Go ahead.
But yeah, y'all. So I'm back, and I forgot where I left off at. So I'ma just flow with it, because I was going in, y'all. But yeah, so let's see here. All right, so I was talking about the judge and the fact that the judge is in the pocket of the Dallas Police Association. And I shared my screen showing, Psycho, can you share my screen back up? Because I got a few things I want to show.
Okay, I got you.
I got it up now. Okay.
You got it up now? Give me 1 second.
So, yes, I put up how that she received a large endowment from them. So it is no wonder we're chosen to hide over this case. That was extremely clear. Like I said, I highly doubt that she makes it a point for all of the criminal cases and murder cases that she works on, for her to go down and hug the people and give them a Bible and speak to them and comfort them. I highly doubt that she makes it a point to do this with all of the different murderers that have come in her courtroom that have been convicted. For some reason, I doubt that has happened. But you see that she did that. So this is something, these types of things going on are completely unprecedented from what we've ever seen before. Now, let's explore a couple of things here. Now, a lot of people have a lot of smoke for the judge. And as I was saying earlier, I encourage other people, you do what you want. But for me, I don't see any Black person that is in law enforcement as being a Black person, period. I'm really to the point, in general, I'm reserved because we don't know who we're dealing with out here now. You got a lot of Black folk who are riding with this situation. You got a lot of Black folk who they just are not, quote unquote, down. And then you have a lot who are. But I think it best serves us as a Black community to not see Black police officers, Black judges, Black prosecutors, Black defense attorneys, to not see them as Black people. We need to stop that. We need to see them as we would see any other white person who is in that capacity. Because ultimately, they have to pay the piper. They are under the ultimate symbolism of white supremacy, which is law enforcement. And they are beholden to that. They are loyal to that. They are not loyal to their Blackness. Do you think if Judge Tammy Kemp was loyal to her Blackness that she would be a judge? Do you think if Judge Tammy Kemp was loyal to her Blackness, she would be endorsed by the Dallas Police Association? Bullshit, absolutely not. And see, that's one of the things they love to do, is they love to prop up a Black person while that Black person is pushing a white agenda. As our brilliant Dr. Amos Wilson said, you have to be careful that Black people who are becoming professionals are not putting a Black face to white power. So essentially, these are the type of people that we are dealing with. That's why I always say that narrative that you will hear a lot of these educated lame type people say, that you will hear a lot of Black people and even a lot of Black people who mean well say, which is that we need more police officers, we need more judges, we need more Black people in these so-called positions of power. I disagree with that. Because ultimately, if they're working for an unjust system, what is it that they could really do for us? If the system has them bound in such a way, and they know that, and they know what side their bread is buttered on, what difference does it make if they Black? They can't do nothing for you. They can't hold you down. They can't see the injustice and deal with that. Look at the judge in Meek Mill's case. That was a Black woman. Look at all the bullshit she did. In Meek Mill's case, not only that, but one of the main police officers who lied on him was a Black man. So again, this whole narrative, we need more Black people in law enforcement, is bullshit. As our elders taught us, we are to destroy the system of racism, white supremacy, and replace it with a system of true justice, where whoever needs the most help gets the most help. It means nothing if you are in an unjust system, period. They might as well be white. So these are the type of things that we're working with. A lot of people now have seen where in the courtroom, and Syko mentioned it earlier, you had the Black police officer in there who's stroking Amber Guyger's hair. I seen Tariq play a clip of it. That was my first time seeing it. And he showed the clip of where the white supervisor, okay, the white supervisor literally gave her the nod and gave her a hand signal for her to go in 10 to Miss Ann, for her to go 10 to Miss Daisy, to go fluff this white woman's bleach blonde hair, to go stroke her. When have you ever seen this shit happen? To somebody who's a damn murderer, a killer, who went in this man's house and killed him, and she knew she was gonna do it before she went in that door. And the fact that she saw him and he was Black, that further confirmed it for her. That was the icing on the cake. When have you ever seen these things happen? That's why I told y'all the other night, wait for the hook. Don't celebrate just yet. Pump your brakes. Because like I told you, this ain't over. When are you going to see that a white person, let alone a white woman with bleach blonde hair, is going to kill a Black man and she going to get life in prison? And she going to get 30 years in prison. She going to get 25 years in prison. When have you seen that, and when will you see that? You won't. They will make every excuse in the book for her. You had her mother get on the stand, and her mother brought up, oh, she was sexually molested as a child. Excuse my French, what the fuck does that have to do with her walking in this man's apartment and killing him in cold blood? This plays into the sympathy and empathy and understanding for white women. And when they shed a tear, our hearts are supposed to melt. White women have everything in the world handed to them on a silver platter. I don't want to hear no bullshit about they couldn't vote and the suffrage, this and that, or whatever. They have always been protected and been taken care of. And that's because that white man knows that without that white woman, he cannot continue the system of racism, white supremacy. It must come through her. So he's going to uphold her in whatever capacity. I knew they wasn't going to let this white bitch suffer. I knew it. Because suffering only is due to Black people. Suffering is only due to Black women. You had the sister who fired the warning shot after being abused in a state where they had stand your ground. And they gave her 20 years. And she still had to do time. And she still had to go through hell. And she didn't shoot nobody. And she didn't kill nobody. And you sit up and you have these dumbass Negroes on YouTube all day long pumping up these white bitches. Putting them on pedestals. How precious and sweet they are. How innocent they are. How much better than Black women they are. They have their real hair. Just like they had that Black woman stroking her real hair. They're better suited for Black men. All of this bullshit. And you hear a bunch of them clowns are quiet on this. They not gonna say nothing on this because this goes against the perfect image they paint of Becky. The fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. The fact that she had post up, I wear black to remind you that I'm already ready for your funeral. Posting up, kill first, shoot first. Talking shit about the Martin Luther King Jr. Ain't that all symbolism? Because remember, he was all about the little black boys and white girls holding hands and all this bullshit that y'all tout. Ain't that y'all symbol?
Yeah.
And she talked shit about that. She told the officer, spray them to get them black roaches, basically, is what she was saying, away from you. Spray them. She said, spray their ass like they roaches. That's what she said, spray them. She said, push them or spray them. This is what this woman thinks of black people. This is how she feels. And what she did to Botham Jean shows it all. She didn't even have sympathy in his death. She never tried to give him CPR. She didn't hold his hand. She didn't try to tie up his wounds. She did nothing. This is the cold, callous nature of that white bitch. This is who she is. And all the while going back when black people were being raped and hung, don't you think she knew about it? Don't you think she endorsed it? Don't you think she accepted it? Don't you think she agreed with it? The fact that damn near half of all slave owners were white women. And you employed the same type of abuse and brutality that white male slave owners did. They did the same damn thing. They had no concern for you. Now let's get into a couple of other things. Let me talk about the brother before I move on to this next thing. So here's my thing. And this may be wrong, right, or indifferent. I don't know. But a big part of me feels as though somebody got to him. If somebody, he getting some money or something on the back end for what he did. And the reason I say that is because it seems so scripted. It seems so orchestrated. It seemed as if he was trying to make sure he remembered what he was supposed to say, his lines he was supposed to say. And you see him pulling at his collar. He's pulling at his collar. Yeah, it's hot, huh? And talking about, my family didn't even know I was going to say this.
Yeah. And like, it was almost like, was the hug like a signal to let motherfuckers know shit going, like, you know how motherfuckers be like, all right, well, to let us know, like, because I know, like, when the mob used to fix games and shit like that, you know, like, they'll have, like, certain signals that they'll do to let motherfuckers know that the fix is in. Like, was that hug supposed to be, like, a symbol to let motherfuckers know, like, the fix was in? Like, You know, like, because it was just
I don't know.
Like, what is all this hugging? What's up with all this hugging shit? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, but this man sat here. It could be. It could be. It was symbolic in one way or the other. It was symbolic in one way or the other. Because, see, that was to work in her favor to say, here's the message. If the family forgave him, what more could anybody else say?
And that's what people been saying. Yep, that's what people been running with too.
This is their family member that they lost. This is their family member that was killed. What more could anybody else say about it if they forgive? Mm-hmm. What more could anybody else feel about it if they forgive?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the narrative. This is what's going on out here, y'all. Okay, so the brother sits up here and then please. And Psycho made an excellent point last night when we was talking about this. He said that what if the brother had a knife? And what if the brother said all that and he pleaded, begged to hug her? And as you saw, the judge said, okay. And he went over there and stabbed her up.
Yeah. If that happened, if he actually had a knife the entire time, asking could he hug her, begging, pleading the judge, can I hug you? And then when he walked up to her and he just started stabbing her and this, that, and the third, right in her chest, the judge, that would be a fault of the judge because the judge wasn't supposed to permit that. The judge ain't supposed to pick like that. That's the victim's brother.
Why does he need to? Why
that's
does
the
he
victim's brother. Why would you allow the victim's brother to get in that close proximity of the killer, the convicted killer? Unless you know other shit. Right.
Unless you know some other shit, because that would have been a perfect opportunity. Now that would have been justice. That would be justice if that went down. You took one of mine. You took my brother. Let's go. But you know that wasn't gonna happen because the judge already knew what was going on. She knew what the deal was. She know about the family. She know they cooned out to the highest degree, just like her. So she know what it is. She know that these are Bible thumping people, which I'm gonna get to that in a second. So she know what it is.
Facts.
How disgusting is it that he would sit up there and say that? And he said he didn't want her to do no time. Do you hear me? And I want the best for you. I just want the best for you. I love you. What is wrong, people? What is wrong? Have these people done that much of a number on our mind? We can't even see the most simplest of things. I know he's young. I don't give a damn if he's young. But see, again, that goes into the Becky worship. Then you have Bottom Jean, okay?
John. Any Haitians out there? Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. It's Jean, right? It's not Jean. It's Jean.
Just been pronouncing it how they've been saying it in the media.
Right. No, I'll just make it it's French. It's Jean. But yeah.
So he had his best friend, okay, some white girl. Where's this story at? Oh gosh, I hate these things, and they start playing these damn this audio and stuff. But let me read that story. Well, I'm just gonna read a part of it.
Give me 1 second. I'm coming. All right.
Oh, you don't have to pull it up right now.
All right, let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. I'm not gonna read the whole story. Okay. But I am about to get to something else I want you to show. But on this part. A college classmate has told jurors about her friendship with Bottom Jean, an accountant who was killed last year in his home by a Dallas police officer who lived in his building. Alexis Stossel said Wednesday that she met Jean when they attended Harding University
in Arkansas. She says she and Jean quickly became close friends, and they both moved to Dallas after graduating. Stossel says Jean was the MC at her wedding and was a natural leader whom people gravitated toward. Listen to this. Stossel, who is white, also touched on Jean's sense of humor. Saying Jean always insisted that she referred to him as my black friend Botham when posting photos on social media. Now, I'm not here to try to denigrate this man's name. He has passed away. He has suffered enough. But I just want to point out the mentality when we're talking about his brother. Okay? I want to point out the mentality. So if you remember, his brother said, Bob wants you to, I don't think he will want you to be, harmed or whatever. I just think he will want you to come to Christ, right? So he gave this narrative that basically Botham wouldn't even want this woman to be punished. And so when you hear things like this, that this is one of his best friends, this white girl, and that Botham told her whenever she posts anything, photos or whatever of him on social media, to refer to him as my black friend Botham. This is what he told her to do. So you see where this mentality is at. You see where this comes from. See, it's deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted. So really the brother, the little brother, he's really following in the footsteps of the big brother. Seems like he's right when he said he would just want her to come to Christ. Seems like he's right in the sense of not wanting her to be punished.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is what we're dealing with, y'all. Now let's go into let me go to this element, and then I'm gonna go into the other element because I got a couple screenshots I want y'all to see. Now, Psycho, you can share the screen.
All right, give me 1 second.
All right.
Okay. Were you trying to share the picture right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, make it a little bit smaller. You made it too big. All right, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this, right? Because a lot of people, some people have tried to pass this off as not being a racial incident, but like, oh, well, it's just the police. The police get away with stuff, right? This is not really about race. It's about the fact that she was a police officer. And, that's really the thing about it. Okay? Now, that's bullshit. And some people have even pushed the narrative that,
right to the bone, my home is your home. Well, welcome to the Terror Dome.
That's okay. That's a good sentence. People have pushed that narrative. Now, all the time we hear about Blue Lives Matter, right? Blue Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. That was the counter to Black Lives Matter. And All Lives Matter, the counter to Black Lives Matter. Now, police can get away with pure murder. And literally, they get away with murder, okay? We know a ton of cases that have been on video, and the police officers have had no type of conviction. They've done no type of jail time. They've walked away free and clear. However, let's look a little deeper. As I told y'all, in my opinion, we should not see any Black police officers, law enforcement, judges, or anything as Black people. We should see them as white, right? However, there's a distinction. See, Black police officers know the deal. Black police officers know damn well they can't turn up on these white folks, see. Now, that's why you will see many Black police officers who turn up on Black people, because they know they can do that. White police buddies support them in that. They know that's okay. They know that's endorsed. but you bet not do nothing to none of these white people. So let's look at the case of Muhammad Noor. If I remember this case in Minneapolis, you had this man who's Somali. So he's even given a little bit of more exception because, you know, whites are more favorable to Africans. They're more favorable to like people who are like Somalian, Ethiopian, and things of that nature, right? So here you have this Somalian police officer in Minneapolis. He's on duty. He gets a call. Him and his partner, his white partner, gets a call to this residence. It was 2 calls made about a possible sexual assault. Okay? So they come out there. His partner had got out the car. He had exited the vehicle. He went back to the rear of the vehicle. This is at night. It's dark and they're in an alley. Muhammad is being aware of the surroundings. He's paying attention to what's going on. At some point, because it was dark, a figure started coming closer, or that he could see was coming toward his partner. The partner yelled, "Oh Lord." You heard some type of beating on the vehicle. Muhammad Noor thought he was acting in self-defense for his partner. Mind you, he was doing this to protect his white partner. Okay? In an instant, in a split second, he shot and he ended up shooting and killing this person right here. Justine Damond. Okay? The Australian yoga teacher. And if you look up this case, they constantly put the Australian yoga teacher, the Australian yoga teacher, the Australian yoga teacher. And they do that for a reason. Number one, because being Australian is basically the epitome of whiteness. Now, we ain't talking about the Aborigines whose land they took, who they genocided. No, the Australian is considered a lily white person. And the yoga teacher at that. What a precious angel. This woman could do no wrong. She's a saint.
Yeah, if they knew their Australian history, they'll know that was bullshit any motherfucking way. Australia is an island full of criminals.
Absolutely.
Full of European criminals.
Absolutely. They sent them
a bunch of Amber Guygers. That's what created fucking Australia.
Yep. Yeah, but they never talk about that. You have to be in the know or researched it or know your information to know that this is where they sent criminals from Europe. See. Now, anyway, so they kept making sure they pushed that narrative of Australian yoga teacher, perfect angel white woman. And he brutally took her life. Now, when I saw this case, I said his ass is going to jail. Now you have all of these cases of unarmed black men, women, and children who were on video. This wasn't even on video. Who were on video killing black people, and they got off. Not Muhammad Noor. Muhammad Noor got a sentence of 12 and a half years in prison. He was on duty. He was at a call. He thought he was protecting his partner. And he shot and ended up killing this woman. Now, had the tables been turned, it wouldn't even be a question. I doubt they would have even took it to the process of giving any charges to that officer if he were white and this was done to a black woman. They would have said he feared for his life and his partner's life. It was dark, it was at night, and they had no idea what was going on. They had been called out to the scene. And that would have been that. It would have been dismissed. It would have been nothing. But no. See, you can't kill no white woman and get away with it. I don't give a damn if you are a police officer. If you are black, you ain't got nothing coming, bruh. You better go ahead and get ready and bend it over, because that's where you're going. You don't get the same thing afforded to you that white police officers get when they kill unarmed black people. You don't get that treatment. So you had this man get more time when Amber Guyger went into somebody else's home and killed them in their own damn house. She was not on duty. She was not going to a call. It was not where she couldn't see. She made the willful decision before she even went in the door that she was going to shoot. She said she heard something behind the door. So that's premeditated. Now, let's add insult to injury, right? Look at this. I don't know if y'all can see that. Justine DeMond, $20 million compensation paid to family of woman shot dead by police. This was confirmed in May of 2019. This was confirmed this year. Minneapolis agreed to pay out $20 million for this woman's death. It is quadruple of what is customary of police payouts. Quadruple is 4 times the amount of what is paid out when police do pay out. The going rate for a black man's life is 5 years in prison, which is with Amber Guyger, if she does that, and about $5 or $6 million. That's the going rate for a life for a black person, for a black man. But for a white woman, you're going to do at least 12 and a half years in prison. He ain't going to get, watch. He going to do at least 10. I bet you any money. He ain't going to be afforded the same opportunity Amber Guyger's going to get afforded. So the going rate for a white woman is damn near 13 years in prison. And he only got that because they gave him a little bit of exception. Let's be real.
And don't forget the $20 million compensation.
That's what I was going to say. And $20 million. That's the going rate for a white woman. Black man, your going rate is $5 million. When they killed you on video, and you get $5 million. And this bitch gets $20 million. Her family gets $20 million. And he was acting in self-defense. Isn't the police their same old line, I feared for my life? Well, he feared for his life. Why didn't that work for him? Didn't that work for him? Don't blue lives matter? Wait a minute, white people. Wait a minute, Trump supporters. Don't blue lives matter? I thought y'all said blue lives matter, right? Why he get sold up the river? See, you better not mess with no white woman. You better not. And these Negroes still do it every day. They so hung up on this white woman, they will put their fucking life on the line to be with her. Because that's what you're doing if you are a black man in America choosing to align yourself with a white woman. That's what you're doing. Just like you had the black Texas Ranger who literally said no crime was committed. He put all his shit on the line for this white bitch. Because again, his loyalty is to that system and not to black people. His loyalty, let's be clear, their loyalty ain't even to justice. see, you got to look at that too. Let's not even go and say they have to be loyal to Black people. Their loyalty is not even to justice. It's not even to what is right. It's not even to what is fair. It is to the system. It is to white supremacy. That's where their loyalty is. Now, I want to get into this. I want to get into the element that Psycho brought up. And I'm not intending to offend anybody. I am giving a disclaimer. But I know this will be offensive. But sometimes it just got to be said, excuse my French. And we going in today. It was no holds barred on this. I'm sorry. But much of this mentality, as Psycho said earlier, comes out of that Bible. It comes out of that philosophy of loving your enemies. It comes out of that philosophy of turning the other cheek. It comes out of the philosophy of praying for your enemies. It comes out of the philosophy of only God can judge. It comes out of the philosophy of they will be dealt with by the Lord if the Lord sees fit. It comes out of all you have to do is repent. See, that's what that comes out of. And that has allowed us to keep getting kicked in the face for ages of time. Everything else that has been productive and good and done something and been beneficial for the Black community, they have destroyed. They have systematically destroyed. But guess what? You can go to any Black city, town, area in this country and find churches on every corner. Every time there was an uprising, a riot from Baltimore to wherever, what do? They bring out the faith leaders. They bring out the faith leaders in the Black community, and they're supposed to come out and quell the anger of the Black people. They're supposed to come out and quiet and calm down the Black folk by that good old book and that good old religion and them good old scriptures.
Right. Remind everybody what the Bible say. Let's not forget what the Bible say, y'all. The Bible say this, that, only God could judge them, and vengeance is mine, said the Lord, turn the other cheek, like all the shit you were just saying. That they job is to come out there and pacify masses with this book.
Facts. And get out was such a great film on so many levels. And the reason being is because that teacup is very representative of so many different things in the Black community. But one of the biggest things that teacup represents is religion, is the Bible. Because once you start spouting them Bible verses and you start bringing up God and Jesus and all of these other elements, it's like you stirring that damn teacup. It's like you stirring the hell out of that teacup and trying to get Black people to fall in line. You try to get them back hypnotized. When Black people rise up and they fighting back, stir that teacup, throw that Bible out there, throw that religion out there, get them faith leaders out there, get them pastors out there, get them ministers out there, get them to calm them niggas down. And that's why that has been allowed to remain in the Black community. Because that's what it's for, is to keep your ass in check. So it's no wonder that you hear them talking about, oh, she just has to come to Christ and just ask for forgiveness. Listen, that don't come out of nowhere. I don't care what nobody says. And I know it's a lot of people that are Christians or biblical believing who will not like what I say. And like Psycho said earlier, they're going to say, well, Nat Turner. Okay, so let's do this. So Nat Turner said the Bible inspired him and all this kind of stuff, right? By the way, Nat Turner's birthday was yesterday on Psycho's birthday. They share a birthday. But anyway, so shout out to the memory of that revolutionary, okay? And all we had in that time was the Bible, y'all. You have to remember that. See, that's the problem. People love to bring up Nat Turner and trying to make him some figure of people who were biblical believing, who fought back. But you have to put it in the proper context. That was all Black people had at that time. We did not have access to the internet, to other books, to other religions, to other information, to other elements of our culture that was taken from us. We didn't have access to those things. That was not the information age. Not to mention we were currently in chattel slavery and we were on this property. So put that in the proper context, okay? But let's rock with that, right? So I'll give people who are biblical believing or who are Christian or whatnot, or religious in some way, and I know the Hebrew Israelites say that's their culture or what have you. However you want to label it. I'll give you Turner. Give me somebody else. Give me the other names. Since the Bible is so inspirational for people to go for revolution and to fight back, where are all the other people? Where's all the other people that were biblical believing that clapped back in the way that Nat Turner did? Since you want to credit the Bible for what he did, then you should be able to give me a list miles long of names, because the Black community is nothing if not biblical believing, is nothing if not religious, is nothing if not Christian. To this day, 83% of Black people claim themselves as Christian and as biblical believing. So why did it end with him? Why is that the only person, the main person that the Bible inspired? We in 2019, where is the list?
We should have had millions of Nat Turners by now. If that Bible was that inspiring, we should have had millions of Nat Turners. Instead, we got a whole bunch of Bokun brothers instead. That's what the fuck we got. So you can't tell me the exception and try to make that the rule. The rule is motherfuckers read that book, start following those scriptures, and the coonery begins. And that's just what it is. The begging of white acceptance begins. The loving our neighbor begins. Like this is reality. I'm not gonna live in the reality that y'all created in your mind, where everybody's Nat Turner that reads the Bible. That's BS. Because y'all can't show me evidence to this. No. You can't. You know, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, let me tell you something. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna do a couple more things and I'm gonna pass the mic because I know you want to get in there too. It's so much to be said. But I just want to say this too before I forget. Why is it that white people consider themselves, quote, religious? They consider themselves biblical believing. Some of them consider themselves Catholic. Some of them consider themselves all of these things. A lot of them consider themselves to be Jesus loving. Some of them are Southern Baptist or whatever. Some of them are Methodist. Why do these people, and the most religious of them all is the KKK. The KKK is the most religious of them all. Now, why is it that white people do not allow their religion to get in the way of their white supremacy?
Facts.
They do not
follow the Bible too. These motherfuckers follow the Bible too, but they got a different understanding of the Bible. Again,
they do not. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bad. No, again, this Bible is so vague. Depending on who reading it, you're going to get a different interpretation of it. And you're going to get a different interpretation of who the Bible is actually speaking to. And who it inspired, because that Bible inspired the Klan to the motherfucking have us in cattle slavery. They forefathers, not the Klan per se, but they forefathers. The motherfuckers, the motherfuckers who started the Klan was former slave owners, former overseers. Their parents were slave owners. Their parents was overseers. They were trying to maintain the culture of the South that they felt was being infiltrated by the North. So they motherfuckers wanted to keep that slave master mentality. They wanted to keep the slave traditions going on. That's what they fought for, like in the Civil War. So, like at the end of the day, these motherfuckers, so when the Civil War was over, into the Klan. So all they forefathers were slave owners and overseers. So like, and guess what? These motherfuckers are all Bible believers. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me these motherfuckers ain't no Bible believers or they ain't real Christians. Don't hit me with that no true Scotsman's fallacy, because it's all bullshit. Because the only reason why they did what they did is because they felt justified through that fucking book of fairy tales and excuses. Again, just like I said in another stream, that is a book of fairy tales and excuses. And I don't care who reads it, you are going to find an excuse in that book to justify the fuck shit you done fucking did. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what gender you are. You're going to find something in that vague book of fairy tales to make an excuse for the fuckery that you are doing. That's just reality.
And white people have not allowed religion to impede their rule, their dominance. They do not allow religion to impede their dominance. That religion does not give them a conscience. It's not made them have more sympathy or empathy toward Black people. It's done none of the above. And they go to church too. They have churches in that area, not to the extent of ours, but they have churches. They have, Bibles or whatever. But again, they do not allow that to stop them. They do not allow that to stop them in the way that they treat us, in the way that they dominate, in the way that they control, in the way that they continue the system of racism, white supremacy. They don't let that religion impede that. Now, people will say, well, we don't have to be like them. Well, here's the thing. At what point does it make sense to fight these people with what they fighting you with? At what point do we get to that level? Because we talked about this the other night. The bullshit of the moral victory, right? The white people have the victory here on earth so that they can dominate your Black ass, so that they can lock you up for 12 and a half years and get this white bitch's family $20 million. The fact that they can sit up and kill Freddie Gray, ride him around in a vehicle, mess that boy up, severed his neck, everything. And ain't nobody gotta pay for that. And they throw his family some crumbs. The fact that they can sit up there and shoot Laquan McDonald 16 times. A 17-year-old boy who was mentally ill, who had already been a ward of the state, who had a little knife on him. They didn't tase him. They didn't spray him. They shot him with bullets 16 times. When does it make sense that you begin to look at things differently and you're not just going for these same bullshit moral victories? Well, we're more moral than they are. Well, the bullshit, the Michelle Obama bullshit, when they go low, we go high. That's bullshit.
Right. We spoke on this the other night. This the whole philosophy that motherfuckers think they can moralize their way out of white supremacy, which is fuck shit. The dumbass motherfucking premise that's coming from, again, a biblical mindset, because history will tell you that's bullshit. You cannot moralize your way out of systematic racism. You can't give me no evidence of such. Yeah, that just is bullshit. It's a fallacy. It's a premise y'all got from some bullshit ass, like I said, book of fairy tales and excuses that gave you some false prophecies that's vague as shit. And any little moral victory you get, you're gonna try to attach it to some false ass prophecy in that book of fairy tales. It's sickening. It's like it's just to keep this bullshit going. It's like, at what point do you motherfuckers just say, yo, this is all bullshit? Yeah. This is all bullshit. Look what this kid got motherfuckers doing. Like, look, this shit got judges. A judge stepped down from the stage with a Bible. With a Bible. Yep. Preaching to her. Becky, who just got finished murking a Black man. Yep. And I asked this question in the live chat yesterday. And I'm gonna present it here. How many times can y'all find me examples of I ain't gonna call it Tammy Kemp, I'm gonna call her name Mammy Kemp. Can you show me any examples of Mammy Kemp doing this for any of those black men she sent to jail for possibly more than 10 years? I know it's probably more than 5. Did she take time out to go to these black men that she locked up out in Texas to give them a Bible and preach to them how they need Jesus and give them a hug? Can somebody show me some evidence of this? Because I question if she ever did this before to a black person, specifically black men, because we're the main ones getting locked up.
And you just made me remember something in what you said, and I want to say this real quick. Then I'm gonna show these screenshots, and I'm gonna throw it back to Psycho. Here's the thing. You see, when Psycho was just saying she came down, this woman came down off her throne. She came down off of her throne to grovel at the feet of a white bitch. A white bitch who had just killed this black man in cold blood with no remorse whatsoever. The bitch that says she's racist. She came and groveled her feet with that Bible. See, this goes back into the idea, again, you hear a lot of these elitist black people on YouTube, or wannabe elitist black people, and all these other folk talk about, oh, well, you know, if you get you're professional and you get your degree and you do X, Y, Z, white supremacy don't really affect you. Bullshit. This woman is a damn judge, and she gotta grovel at the feet of this white bitch. Some trailer trash, funky white whore, she gotta grovel at her feet. And this is an educated, intelligent black woman who you know had to be on point. Even if she is in their pocket, she still had to be on point to get to that position. And here she is groveling at her feet, uplifting her, hugging her after she done killed a black man. This is what goes on, y'all. It does not matter what education you get. It does not matter what degree you hold. It does not matter what so-called position of power that you are in. You are still beneath them. A low-class, raggedy, funky, thought cop. And she's groveling at that bitch's feet. So don't talk to me all this stuff about, well, if you just do this and this and this, you don't have to worry about white supremacy. White supremacy ain't no big thing. That don't bother. That's only if you commit crimes. White supremacy got bottom jeans. Exactly. Let me tell you something. Getting a degree, being a black immigrant, so you're not ADOS, you're not one of these raggedy American niggas.
The kata,
being into the church, right? Being into the church, dating white girls, none of that shit saved bottom jeans. None of that shit saved him. Being an educated lame did not save him from a white bitch coming in there, blowing his brains out, and then she can still turn around if she do any time, do 5 years, be out and be making tons of money. And be on top of the world with her book deal, her movie deal, her speaking engagements, white supremacists employing her, people putting money, giving her money and funds to her police pension.
Right, with the black judge and the brother feeling bad for her.
With them feeling bad for her. With them feeling bad for her. Like she's the victim.
Like she's the victim. That's what happened. They really made her the victim.
And listen, notice that the judge didn't make it a priority to go to the victim's family first. What did she do? She came off her throne to go to this bitch. She didn't go to the victim's family first. She didn't go first there and comfort them based on the fact that this bitch only got 10 years. And she ain't gonna do that. No. And then go talk to whatever that bitch's name is. No, she went to the white woman first. The white hoe first. She went to her first. This whole system is a setup, it's a lie, it's bullshit. I tell people this all the time. But people want to tell me white supremacy is the boogeyman. People want to tell me there is no such thing as white supremacy. To tell me it's white degeneracy. People want to tell me it's all in your head. It's all how you look at things. I'm getting money. I just bought me a new house. I just bought me a new car. White supremacy ain't shit to me.
Don't forget. If we close our eyes and say it don't exist, it goes away.
You would think.
I bet you he didn't believe in white supremacy. He didn't look like the type of motherfucker that actually believed in white supremacy. He didn't look like the type of motherfucker that actually, believed in it. And he actually looked like the type of motherfucker who will come up on here and debate us saying that we're bugging and the shit don't exist. And we probably need to put, he seems like that type. I don't know him personally. I don't know. I can't really say for certain. I'm just going off looks and how, past experiences. So this is all anecdotal right here. But yeah, he looked like the type that would probably debate us on this and say that we're bugging and we're got a victim mentality and shit like that. He seemed like that type. But at the end of the day, it ain't work out for him. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why I'm saying you can't just close. If you close your eyes and act like it ain't here, that shit just don't disappear, man. Yeah. Like this shit don't work like that, man. This shit is systematic, man. This shit is systemic. Y'all motherfuckers got to get out that bullshit. Like I said, anybody who is a white supremacist denier is promoting white supremacy.
Yep.
You are promoting white supremacy. You are upholding white supremacy every time you say white supremacy is a myth. You are upholding it. You are upholding it.
And go
ahead.
And for the people who say white supremacy is not really real and stuff like that, what a lot of these people don't understand is that one of the biggest elements of white supremacy, and y'all can write this down, y'all can note this, because I want people to think about this. One of the biggest elements of white supremacy is the lowering down of expectations. Let me say that again. The lowering down of expectations. What do I mean by that? In this case, you had people saying, well, at least she got some time. At least she got 10 years. We have been beaten down so low that when 10 years come, we're supposed to rejoice at that. Our expectations of justice are so low that people think this is something worthy. The 10 years, that's significant. Oh, this is going to change the tide. This is going to turn the tide. That's how low our expectations of justice are in this system. That is a damn shame. We bargain with our blackness like that. We bargain with our justice like that. We bargain with our self-respect like that. Well, at least she got some time. Well, at least she was found guilty. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's how low we think of ourselves and this system that we're in. And those very same people who say at least she got 10 years are the same ones who say white supremacy don't really exist. But by them acknowledging that at least she got 10 years, is them acknowledging the existence of white supremacy. Because why else would you need to say that? Why else would you need to say that unless there has been unfair treatment, unless things have been unjust?
And these the same
unless these people have constantly got off the hook.
And these the same motherfuckers who throw Pookie and Ray Ray under the bus for a non-violent crime and this, that, and third, maybe got caught hustling on the corner or something, did a few years, come home, and all of a sudden he's a lifetime criminal. But these motherfuckers, they want to keep him there. They want to keep him in that criminal status, and they want to keep reminding him of the mistakes he made, everything else, even though he paid his debt to society, non-violent crime, nobody died, nothing, everybody's still breathing, he ain't take no life, nothing. This chick did the ultimate crime. She did the ultimate crime. She took somebody's life. You can't that's the worst crime you can do, is taking a life. because that's something that can't be replaced. She did the worst crime you could do. If you look at that through a moral standpoint or a motherfucking or through legality. Either way, she did the worst possible crime you could commit, and she gets 5 years, and you got Negroes trying to justify it. These same Negroes who want to keep Pookie and Ray Ray in this criminal box forever. Like, these motherfuckers are full of shit. Like I said, like, where are these fuckers at? Where are you motherfuckers at? You white supremacy deniers? I need y'all in the fucking building, because we about to throw out the link. I need y'all in the fucking building. I want to holler at y'all motherfuckers. You motherfuckers who deny white supremacy. You motherfuckers who feel like 10 years is enough, or this is a justified sentence, and this, that, and the third. Get y'all asses up in here. You motherfuckers who think this is all about black on black crime, and you want to bring up that dumb shit. You G1 motherfuckers who want to make this about gender. All you motherfuckers, get y'all asses up here today. I want that smoke. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Because I got all of it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm sick of this shit.
Absolutely. Y'all need to pull up. Let me wrap up my couple of things. I want people to pull up. I want people to pull up. We're not an echo chamber over here. You can come up here and express your view. If you disagree with anything that has been said, from this case to the part we talked about with the Bible and black people and religion, to the existence or non-existence, as people say, of white supremacy, come with it. Bring your arguments. Come with them. No problem, because we can go at it. And as long as it's respectful, it's no problem, because I want to hear this, because a lot of people have been quiet. Now, let me go to this so we can go ahead on and get it in. But, so I was looking on Facebook, whatever, and I don't even mess with Facebook like that no more, except, you know, to promote business or the show or whatever. And, so I was looking, and I came across, you know, one of my Facebook friends posts or whatever. And I was reading the comments and stuff. And I came across this comment. Okay. And I got two that I'm going to show y'all. But let's go here with this one. So this says, and I could have blurred out her name or whatever, but whatever. She said, it was a very touching moment that stemmed from the victim's brother's request to hug her. He forgave her and wished her no harm or time, for that matter. Everything is not black and white. We were not in that courtroom. We did not hear all the facts or details. Even if we did, who are we to judge compassion for someone? She's convicted, but no one says she has to be treated like shit. We keep crying for an even playing field that we deserve, but that will never happen if we keep moving the field. Do we want everyone to be treated like shit, or everyone to be treated better? Personally, I was confused myself until I saw the courtroom video and the statement of forgiveness and compassion from the victim's brother, as well as his personal plea to the judge to give her a hug. Just saying. So this is the sentiment that a lot of black people have been expressing. Now, let me say this. I am so proud of my people in general. I am so proud of my people, because a lot of black people did not fall for the okie doke. A lot of black people have been buzzing about this. A lot of black people have been pushing back against these bullshit hugs and all of this stuff. The judge, from what I know, she had to shut down a couple of her social media because people been giving her that work. People been going in, and I applaud my black people for that. We got to stop laying down and letting these people just do whatever, and we don't say a damn thing about it. I don't care what nobody say. When they say we're playing the race card, we're race hustling, and all of this bullshit. See, all of those things are said to keep you suffering in silence. They want you to shut up about what it is that you are enduring. And that is the very last thing black people should be doing. People try to make it an either or, right? They say, well, don't stop talking about it. Just do something about it. You can do both. You should never stop talking about it. And I could go into a whole thing, which I'm not, about the whole LGBT thing. That is one of their tenets. That is one of their 6-point plan, is to talk about homosexuality as often and as loud as possible.
Oh yeah, can't forget. That's right. We can't forget the LBGT ones. The LBGT ones, them motherfuckers, something else. Serious.
And they don't want. And we need to, in my opinion, we need to follow that model for that. You talk about blackness as often and as loud as possible. You talk about the system of racism, white supremacy as often and as loud as possible. Don't let these people shut you down. Don't let these people tell you you whining, you complaining, you crying. Bullshit. No, we telling the truth out here. We bringing light and attention to what's going on. We've been silenced long enough. Now, she said in here, everything is not black and white. Are you serious? Yes, it is. Everything is black and white. All of this is built on that. Like I tell people all the time, America's built on racism. You can't get around it. It's in every aspect. It's in every element of society. She said, we were not in that courtroom. You dumbass. Much of the trial was televised. What do you mean? We did not hear all the facts or details. Like what? Yes, we did. At the end of the day, she went into an innocent man's apartment and killed him there. That's what happened, period. We keep crying for an even playing field. See how she immediately went to denigrating black people? Saying we're crying, see? Now she's got all the empathy, understanding for the white girl who's the murderer. She's cool with them going and comforting her and loving on her because she's crying, but we're crying when we talk about injustice. See how that works? This is black self-hate at its finest, and people don't even understand that that's what this really is. It's when you see what blackness is and what black people do always in such a negative light, and whatever white or anybody else does is placed on a pedestal. It's excused, it's acceptable, it's okay. But for black people, everything is a problem. We're crying about an even playing field that we deserve. She says that we deserve. What the fuck do you mean that we deserve? Like, well, I guess we're worthy of it. We don't have to treat people like shit. So that's some BS, because there are levels to it. Even if you want to rock with what this woman said about not treating Amber Guyger like shit, does that mean you have to kiss her ass, grovel at her feet, hug her, stroke her hair, give her Bible verses, forgive her?
Man, fuck that. Why shouldn't we treat her like shit?
Why shouldn't we? I'm saying why shouldn't
we treat her like shit? The motherfuckers treat us, they treat every last one. Man, these motherfuckers don't even wait for these bodies to get motherfucking cold before these motherfuckers find out a black person got shot by a cop, before they get on their soapbox talking about black on black crime, before they start talking about how the motherfucker was justified. He was a thug, he was a criminal, he was a pookie, and he deserved it, and try to find all kinds of justifications. They don't even wait for the body to be cold. Why the fuck should we show, why the hell should we show her any sympathy, empathy, any of that shit? Yeah, we gotta stop fucking playing. Like I said, man, this docile bullshit, this whole motherfucking mindset that we just need to just be we need to take the high road and all this other shit. Fuck that. I want to take the valley. I want to get low with these motherfuckers, man. That's what we got to do, man. We got to stop playing fucking games. That's why we at where the fuck we at, because we keep thinking we can moralize our way out of bullshit. That's why the fuck we here, because you stupid motherfuckers ain't realizing by now we the most moral motherfuckers on the planet. We are the most moral motherfuckers on the planet. And we're in the most fucked up situation. So what good is your morality doing? Ain't doing nothing. Just making you feel good. That's all it's doing. It's making you feel good. But it ain't getting us no fucking where. Y'all better start being a little bit more cutthroat. But again, it boils back down to your spiritual beliefs. Because y'all believe it, if you do everything right spiritually, everything ultimately will be fine.
Yep.
How's that working out for?
This is the last thing I'm going to read. Can you see my screen, Psycho? Psycho.
My bad. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's there.
All right. So this is the last little thing, and then we gonna start letting people come up if you want to come through. So look at what this woman said. Don't worry about this turnout. God is in the front of this. It was supposed to happen this way. Who are we to judge? How piss poor, pathetic, and pitiful is that comment? God is in the front of this. What does that mean? It was supposed to happen this way? So it was supposed to be that an innocent man is in his apartment chilling, eating ice cream in shorts and a t-shirt, watching football, and he's killed in his own home? That's supposed to happen? God was in the front of that?
It was written. This is how it was written. Because again, if you go by, if you believe in this crap, you believe we're living out God's movie, right? This is God's reality show, and he's watching the rerun. He's watching the rerun of this reality show because he knows how this shit already goes. He's seen this show already. He's seen the whole season. He watches these seasons twice. You know what I'm saying? So he knows this is the second time he's watching this season. He knows what's going on. This is his own little personal reality show.
Yeah. So
this is how it was. He wrote it up this way, and this is what it is. And it's not because we curse. Because we curse.
What
they tell us we curse. So while we wasted our time, we shouldn't be worried about what's going on in court because that's the flesh. We're not supposed to be worried. We're not supposed to be in our flesh. We're not supposed to be worried about the worldly world.
Right.
We're supposed to be worried about the afterlife and what God promises us, and make sure we this is where it's coming from.
But can I ask you something? Why, whenever it comes to stuff like this about white people or whatever, these people always talk about who are we to judge, but they judge the black community all the time. They judge so-called Pookie and Ray Ray all the time. They judge Shaquisha all the time. People judge black folk all day long, every single day. People sit up and judge black folk and say the worst about us. But when something comes with these damn white folks, something happens with this situation, who are we to judge? Well, you judge everything else that's black. You got everything else negative to say about black people, about poor black people, about so-called ratchet and ghetto black people, about uneducated black people. You got every judgment in the world for them. But when it comes to white people, who are we to judge? I'm done.
Yeah, but this is what we get all the time. This is what we get all the time. Motherfuckers are coming here again, when his brother hugged Amber, you could tell that woman right there, that black woman right there, what got touched, right? Like she was moved, right? Like that touched her emotionally, and now that touched her spirit, right? That tapped into that Holy Ghost of hers, right? So now she's that's why she's saying what she's saying. This is God. Did you not hear him? He said he was inspired by God to hug her. Who are we to judge? That's for God to do later. God will judge all of us. We ain't for us to judge. Well, it ain't for us to judge. Why the fuck do they even have a jury? Why do they have a jury and why do they have a judge up there giving her a fucking Bible and hugging her? So it's not for us to judge unless we judging her according to that fucking scriptures, right? And help make that make sense. A motherfucking court case is proceeding and she's running around here asking who are we to judge? Then why the hell do we have the court system? It's absolutely on us to judge. Matter of fact, nobody is more judgmental than you Christian motherfuckers. You Bible believers are the most judgmental motherfuckers on the fucking planet. Are you fucking shitting me? With that fake ass motherfucking who am I to judge bullshit. Y'all are the most judgmental motherfuckers. Nobody judges people more than these motherfuckers. Nobody. I promise you. If you say you know somebody more judgmental than a Bible believer, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. So miss me with that dumbass, oh, who are we to judge? Fuck shit. Stop it. Stop it. Like I said, it's a book of fairy tales and excuses. A book of fairy tales and excuses. Anytime some fuck shit go down, they go find them a scripture to justify it. Anytime. And nobody sees this as problematic. And motherfuckers like me say something about it, they say I'm being divisive. They say I hate God. Fuck, I hate a motherfucker I don't even believe in. Which is the dumbest shit ever. They'll say, oh, you just don't want to follow scriptures because you want to live your own life the way you want to live your life. I ain't got a motherfucker not believe in God to not follow his fucking instructions. Amber Phillips, I'm sure believes in, Amber Guyger, I'm sure believes in motherfucking God. Did she follow his instructions? Now that she didn't follow his instructions, does that mean she all of a sudden don't believe in the motherfucker? I think not. Believing in the motherfucker and following him is two different things. I believe Donald Trump exists, right? I don't think Donald Trump is a figment of my imagination. I don't think he's some spiritual fucking being that's just playing mind games with everybody. No, he's real. He's real. He exists. But I ain't gonna follow that motherfucker just because I acknowledge he exists. Does that mean I'm gonna follow him now? Fuck no. Stop being weirdos with these stupid ass religious motherfucking talking points. Some of us just can see through the bullshit. Some of us just don't need a book of excuses. We don't need to feel good. Everybody don't need to feel good. No, you shouldn't be feeling good today. White supremacy just reared its ugly head yesterday, and you should not be feeling motherfucking, no, absolutely not. You should not be feeling good today. The Bible will tell you you should feel good. Will convince you this is some kind of blessing. This was written some fucking where. And you'll break your neck looking for it the way it was written at. Open up your book of excuses. Go find which motherfucker, go find which scripture suits your bullshit. And then you're gonna quote your excuse. Craziness.
Flight to the bone, my home is your home. Well, welcome to the Terror Dome.
We getting it in. You know what I'm saying? We don't run, we ain't scared, we ain't hiding. Anybody want to come up here to try to debunk anything? If you want to come in, just chime in because you got an opinion about this. You might not even necessarily disagree with us. You just got an opinion. Click the link. Let me know what's really good. You know what I'm saying? We here. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? We told y'all we going in on this shit today, man. Where you G1 motherfuckers at? I want to holler at some G1 motherfuckers. Where y'all at? Where you P1 motherfuckers? You P1 motherfuckers. You party first motherfuckers. Where y'all at? With y'all dumb shit trying to justify this shit, saying 10 years is good. Saying 10 years is justified. Where you motherfuckers at? You P1s who deny white supremacy. Where y'all at? Huh? Got somebody up in here. Okay, what's this? Knowledge? What's good, Knowledge? How you?
Hey.
Black Power, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, Black Power. What's good? We hear you.
Boy, y'all seen that movie?
Which one?
Or that theater? What was it, movie or theater?
It was theater. Definitely theater.
Man, the significance, it was so many significance for yesterday that it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all picked like 9,000 of them. You know, first, let me say Black Power to y'all and happy belated born to you, Psycho. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Born on a holy, righteous, intergalactical day yesterday, right. October the 2nd.
You already.
Nat Turner's birthday.
Exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Johnny Cochran's birthday.
Yep. Let's talk about it.
October is Black Panther Month. October is Black History Month in the UK. They started in 1987. October is the Great Ma'afa Month. So all of these things come to a head, and we in like a 30-day cycle in between. The desecration of the name was crazy. Like that's the most destructive thing you could ever do. This was on a Liberators Day. I know they knew that. 2 liberators, Johnny Cochran, Nat Turner, well, 3, Psycho. You understand what I'm saying? On this day, to show the descendants of these liberators in the most vile, wretched, meek, passive, dog-like, servant manner. Look how powerful that is to the psyche.
That's so real.
And look at the name. Do you understand? Like that name, freed Haiti. Jean-Jacques Dessalines is the reason why there's a such place that's called Haiti that was free.
Back.
And he was born September 20th and he transitioned October 17th. But the day after the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was formed, look at what happens. H-Rap Brown's birthday is tomorrow. Elijah Muhammad's birthday is on the 7th.
There's a lot of Libras out there.
Look at this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look at what they're showing. All of the ones who worked on the mind, all of the ones who worked against the system, all of the ones who sent our enemies to their fucking graves. Mm-hmm. Now you have their descendants, the recipients squandering their liberation inheritance before the world.
Yep.
The tumultuous state of Dallas, the Dallas 9 was out there and they got a charge on them. So imagine if the city of Dallas would have burnt the city down for this shit right here.
Wow.
But look at the other theater.
Do you think that this was connected to the Michael Johnson? That
Yes.
this had any relevance to that? Mm-hmm.
Yes. There's a deep connection. There's a deep connection to that. And the most insidious shit is when I seen that bastard Ben Crumb come to fuck up there. Yep. I said, oh shit. Yep. Oh, and when he spoke, when he spoke, and he said what he said, and he rattled off those lists of names. First of all, understand this: you do never speak to your enemy above your power to do. You don't open your mouth and speak above your power to do. You telling people, you some civil rights attorney, you telling them that you going after the Dallas Police Department. Are you crazy?
Yeah, right.
Crazy? Getting these people riled up, getting these black people out in the streets. My brothers and sisters in Dallas was out in them streets last night. They could have got slaughtered and killed out there behind this foolishness with these people leaving with checks. You can't get justice and a receipt in the same sentence. They're gonna work some kind of way, like y'all was talking about. They're gonna have all this pre-trial time. Look at good time. They're gonna slap some good time on top of that good time. She might do a year or two, and she out. And she out. It's Dallas. It's Texas. The state of Texas, the last state in the union to get the word about being free. June 19th, 1865. You think this place changed? The damn judge couldn't even give the sentence. She read the sentence from the jury.
And look how brutal Texas is to black criminals. Because they got that capital murder down there.
Right.
And they will slap that capital murder on your ass and they will kill you. They will execute you.
Right. And if y'all remember that, that's the George Bush state. That's all of them cowboy states. That's the cowboy state right there. So them people be running around talking about cowboys. I better fucking remember who those cowboys are and what they did to our people.
Psycho.
Talk about them cowboys and shit. We them boys. Yeah, you don't want to be them boys in Texas.
Psycho's a huge Cowboys fan, so yeah, he
get the fuck out of here.
So he, I be telling him that. I be trying to tell him.
Dr. Huey Newton was assassinated in 1989. In 1989, the New Black Panther Party for Self-Defense under the leadership of Aaron Michaels and David Foreman was formed in Dallas, Texas. These hanky
P. Newton gun clubs in Dallas, Texas, right?
Right. The number one man, the first guy that caught that charge to the BIE, he's in Dallas. He got locked up again. He's locked up again. Rakeem Balagoon. Y'all don't see no connections to none of this stuff that's going on?
Wait. You said he got locked up. Wait. You said he got locked up again?
Yeah, he locked up again.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is all in the same place. Dallas is the same place where that sister was beat by that cracker.
That's right. Sure was. And everybody blamed her.
There are people out there that went to war. That's war out there. They went to war out there. And look at this situation to where you like, okay, at least this was kind of publicized. Most of those other cases, they was under wraps and behind the scenes with the payments that go to the family. And they had gag orders that they couldn't talk to the media until they had that surety that some things was coming their way. So this is when you have, because that bastard do not rear his head unless he done got paid. He do not rear his head. He do not make no statements. I'm telling you. And the liberators and the pro-blacks that they like to denigrate, that was ready to go to war for them families, they don't even know that them families got paid. We gotta pay attention to that.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And this stuff is so damaging to the psyche. I'm telling you, like in this liberation cycle that's happening, that's taking place, all of these things that we're supposed to be venerating and celebrating. Johnny Cochran. You understand what I'm saying? Nat Turner, this is not a Meek type of situation. No pun intended for Meek Mill, but this is not a Meek situation. We don't come from Meek people. But this is the picture that they wanted to paint. And instead of our people being upset with the system, the family business that is the judicial system, this religion, sex, and war quadrant, like they done went to sleep and forgot everything that they was taught. They going at the family.
Yeah.
Fuck the family. Fuck the family business.
Right.
What's up with the family business? You think that they was gonna let this motherfucker open her mouth and be revolutionary on the stand as a judge? You know they find judges in the water dead.
Right.
It don't mean nothing. You understand? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just gonna say, Psycho, did you see Love Wisdom's comment?
No, I missed it. What'd she say?
She said, I'm trying to come on, but it keeps saying that my browser is blocking it.
Is she on her phone?
Browser's blocking?
I don't know.
I'll try to post it again. I don't know.
Yeah, the StreamYard junk is kind of experimental, so it's pretty new.
I want to say, there you go. I dropped it again. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, but I noticed that a lot of people are saying, like, why do y'all care so much if the family forgave her, then everything should be everything? Because the family gave them, so why do y'all care? Because, motherfuckers, this sets precedent, motherfuckers. That's why.
Yeah.
That's right.
Why, motherfuckers. This affects all of us, you dumb motherfuckers, not just that family. You stupid motherfuckers. These pigs need to motherfucking pay for the fuck shit they be doing. And if these pigs keep getting off and keep getting slaps on the wrist, that's setting up precedent for the next motherfucker to get clapped and shit. The next educated lame to get popped off in a fucking apartment. You motherfuckers who think y'all safe from white supremacy because y'all got a job somewhere around a whole bunch of white people and y'all live in the suburbs. You dumb motherfuckers. Y'all think this is just an inner city problem. You stupid motherfuckers.
Yep.
That's why we care.
Yep. That's right. And did y'all notice something? Did y'all notice that they had to qualify him to be a worthy victim?
That's crazy.
They had to make a case for him that, he was an upstanding citizen and he was educated. He had a degree. He was an accountant. He worked with a huge firm, white firm, that he, had this nice place and that he, didn't have a record, and they had to qualify him in order to be seen as a victim, even though he's not. She's seen as a real victim. But I'm just saying, within the context of this, they had to qualify him first. That is a damn shame, because here's the thing. If it would come out that she went into a black man's apartment who had a criminal record, who may have had a case of domestic violence. He got into it with his girlfriend or something, and whatever. He had like a domestic violence case on there. Let's say maybe he had just lost his job. He was unemployed, but he was still at this particular place. Some things like that. Do you know? He really would have been X'd out, because then he would definitely be an unworthy victim. He's not worthy enough for us to see him as a victim, because he's an unemployed black man. He has a criminal record. And yeah, he just doesn't add up to what we would deem able to be a victim. But because Botham Jean came from a two-parent home, not to mention he's a black immigrant, they always see that more favorably. Okay, he had all of these white friends. He had a white best friend that came up and testified for him. He had a degree. He had all of these other elements. So then he became a worthy enough. He was barely enough, worthy enough victim. And when I was reading some of the white people's comments yesterday, that's basically what it was. They were saying, oh, well, he seemed like a good guy. Well, he seemed like a good guy. That's too bad. Oh, this is bad all around. It's bad on all sides. See, so it's said they even have to qualify you in order to be a victim. They done came in your house and killed you, and they still got to look at your background. They still got to try to decipher if you have anything negative that they can exploit. Therefore, people will have less sympathy and empathy for you than they already have, which is very little anyway, being black. Ain't that a trip?
Yep.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
This is what the black man's life is worth, though. This is what the black man's life is worth. And like I said, man, I want to talk to these white supremacy deniers. I'm begging for these motherfuckers to click the link.
Let me look up a few. Let me contact a few.
Yeah, for real. I'm begging for these motherfuckers to click the link.
I'm asking a couple of people, but they probably ain't gonna come.
Can y'all hear me?
I know this one person I'm about to hit up right now.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, they booted me off of this joint. They said, oh, hell no, nah, you can't hit that started.
They said to get up out of here.
Hey, with that Rodney King trial.
Somebody had posted coons everywhere. You ain't never lied.
That's right. And all these opportunities, everybody pull their mask off. You see what I'm saying? Pull their mask off. You know, yesterday with all of this stuff going on, it turned the attention away from a liberator who did some liberating.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? From a liberator who did some serious liberating, who spent his life preparing to liberate his people. Now the family tells a story about Nat Turner, and the historians tell another story about Nat Turner. The family tells a story that there was a man who looked like Nat Turner who died in his place. And they said that Nat Turner lived. This is the story that comes from the Turner family.
That's great.
Even if that's true, look at that. You see what I'm saying? Look what kind of soldiers we had versus the soldiers that we have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look, this dispels the rumors that, okay, you know, our ancestral lineage that we come from just took it. It's about 1,500 slave insurrection revolts in America that they got.
Facts.
And why we only know about like 5 or 6 of them?
Only know about a few. Exactly. So most people only know one. You ask most people, it was Nat Turner, and that's it. I used to always have to remind people, like, why y'all act like Nat Turner the only motherfucking revolt we had?
Like, he just started it. Like, yeah, it started in the 1800s.
You go crazy. Peace, love, wisdom. I see you made up in here. We're good, sis.
Hey. Finally. Hey, how y'all doing?
All right.
I'm good. Man, when I tell you, I had to drink last night. I had to drink last night. Like it. I can't even. My thing is, I can't even be angry anymore because I'm just to the point where the system is working as it's supposed to work. I can't even get mad at the white bitch because when I look at what was going on in their courtroom, the level of plantation behavior was outstanding. Number one, never in my history of watching court shows and watching trials have I ever seen a judge get off their bench and hug a murderer. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Because I know for a fact if that was a black man or a black woman, that judge would not get off her bench to give them a hug or pray with them. She would have been wagging her fingers at them, telling them how much of a menace to society that they are. If that was a black man or a black woman who was convicted of murder, that young man would not have given them a hug and say that I love you, and say that I forgive you, and say that I want your life to be better. It would be what you've done was an unforgivable offense. You can never be forgiven. I hope you burn in hell. And there's no way in hell, if that was a black man or a black woman sitting down, that a bailiff will come and comb your hair and make sure your fade and make sure your outfit is looking good for the camera. We know for a fact we would never see something like that. And it goes to show you that without black participation, white dominance cannot go as far as it can go. Because people don't want to admit that for some of our people, they are participants in the system. The levels in which this white woman was protected, she was coddled, she was nurtured, she was made to look like a child who dropped her lollipop at the park, and everybody is running to make sure it's clean and make sure she isn't hurt. So I don't want to hear this gender babble and this gender bullshit, because I've seen black men and black women coddle this white woman. She will never pay for the consequences of her actions, because as long as she has people that is going to coddle her and clean up her mess, she's good. She's good. And Renee, you brought up a very good point about the religion. Because I can't give you a list of black people who fought in the name of religion and got shit done. But I can sure name you a couple of white ones. We can name you David Koresh of the Branch Davidians. I can tell you Jim Jones. I can tell you Eric Rudolph. I can tell you Dylan Roof. I can tell you Tom Metzger. I can tell you Warren Jeffs. I can tell you about the Order. I can tell you about the Aryan Nation. I can tell you about white socialists, white nationalists, white patriots, white militias. I can give you the Hammerskins. I can give you every last one of them who use the Bible as a front for their true religion, which is the system of white supremacy that will protect them. So we have evidence of all of those people and all of those groups who have suffered and bled and died for their own people, who had killed people, made laws against people in the name of whiteness. I can't tell you that was our people. I can give you a bunch of people who have grandstands in the name of we're going to get progress done, but our people are worse off than they've ever been. And I don't know if you guys touched on Benjamin Crump, because I swear, why do every black family, why do every black family get Benjamin Crump? Benjamin Crump has not won case for black people, but he had the audacity, family, and this is what I say. They can't be white dominant without black participation. You know, he said this verdict was for Trayvon Martin. Do you know how disrespectful that is to say this is for Trayvon Martin? You couldn't even get George Zimmerman convicted.
Yep.
You couldn't even do that. So the audacity to bring up a black boy, and say we're doing this for him, when you got George Zimmerman still trolling and still harassing black people to this day. For you to use Trayvon Martin to hide your cowardice and your inability to get justice for your own people is very appalling to me. Very appalling to me. In the name of religion, in the name of progress. See, we got to talk about the enemy within. See, we already know about white folks. White folks doing what they supposed to be doing. I ain't even mad at them. Let's kick them out the equation. I'm talking about people that look like us, who would say shit like they let him say. Who are we to judge? It was supposed to happen that way. Are you fucking kidding me? It's supposed to happen that a man is supposed to be shot in his own house and the bitch get away with it? That's how it's supposed to happen? Who are we to judge? See, we gotta talk about the enemy within the community, because we got too much of them in. We got too much that will sit back here and tell you forgive, forget, move on when it comes to white folks. But when it comes to black people, you don't forgive them. You don't forgive them. See, that's Pookie and Ray Ray. That's Big Booty Brenda. See, you don't forgive them. You don't forgive them. See, they're the enemy. See, that's what the system has taught us. The system has taught us that people that look like you are the enemy, and people who don't look like you have to protect them. You have to coddle them. You have to forgive them, because everything that is black is associated with evil and is associated with the struggle. Everything that doesn't, that associates with freedom. That's an achievement. That is success. So you have to make them as comfortable as possible while they make you uncomfortable. And you would rather sit there and let them treat you like shit, rather than to say or do, wait a minute, this is some bullshit. We're not going to take this no more. I don't know what to say about that whole situation last night. That was some bullshit. But I'm more mad about how our people was behaving in that courtroom, how they was behaving online. Because I seen some people caping for this bitch on the sideline.
Facts.
I seen it. Oh, I seen a lot of supposedly black first B1 people caping for this bitch and making excuses. That's why I say you got to get at the enemy within. Fuck them white folks. Them white folks doing what they supposed to be doing. You gotta clean out the house that's dirty and rotted and full of shit. You gotta clean that out first. You can't even entertain them, and you can't even get these motherfuckers up out of here. They right there in plain sight. And they go ahead, Renee.
Where are the white supremacy deniers?
Oh no, they're not going to come out. Because see, here's the thing. What they'll do is they'll talk shit about you when you ain't nowhere to be found. See, they're not going to come up here and stand on their square and disagree. They'll be in your chat room. They'll be in the comment section writing you a whole bunch of essays, but they ain't going to come on here and stand on their square why they protecting this woman. Why they standing by this woman. Why they trying to blame this on Pookie and Ray Ray. See, I look at it like this, family. When the community is more outraged than the family, then what are we doing? We were more outraged by that verdict than the family was outraged by that verdict. Y'all seen the boy hug her. You seen the boy hug her. I love you. You what the fuck? Excuse me. He just killed your brother. You love her? You love her? You love her and you hope she do good? You want her to change for the better? I don't know if I was in the courtroom or if I was on the Magnolia Plantation. I don't know where I was yesterday. You might as well bring out the band. You might as well bring out the banjo and you might as well bring the chains back out. Because I don't know what I saw last night. I don't know what I saw last night. That's stroking her hair.
And that on so many levels. Love Wisdom, you know what that represents on so many levels. When we talk about dealing with hair, when we talk about dealing with hair, and then you have this dark-skinned black woman up here stroking this white woman's nasty, funky, bleach blonde, damn dog hair. Dog fur.
It was pathetic.
But you know what it is, family, and I'm about to say something. Due to knowledge, I think we talked about this offline. I'ma say it. If I hurt your feelings, I don't care. I'ma tell you why. I'm gonna put my foot in black men and black women's asses tonight. Black women, you can talk all this shit about black men all the fuck you want. But I saw y'all asses last night showing your ass. You can't say nothing about black men being dominant. You cannot say black men are being dominated because your ass was dominated last night.
That's facts.
See, you was the plantation mammy. Yeah, I said the word. You was the plantation mammy. Like Celie, like Kizzy, like Chrissy, like Manny, combing little Scarlett O'Hara's hair. You want to know why? Get ready for it. You want to be white women's replacement. And I said the shit like I said it. You want to be white women's replacement in thought, word, and deed. Because you can talk shit about white women all fucking day, but your actions tell me you're trying to be this woman's replacement. There is no way in hell this woman could have killed your daddy. She could have killed your brother. She could have killed your son. She could have killed your uncle. She could have killed your granddaddy. And the fact that you is touching this bitch's hair tell me everything I need to know about your mindset. And the fact that you rose up, walked down the stairs in your pearl, and gave a murderer. Who could have got the men in your family killed? Hell, if you don't care about the men, talk about the daughters. Because y'all love to say that nobody gives a fuck about black girls and black women. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's say she would have killed your mama, your grandmother, your aunt, your cousin, your daughter. For you to get up off that court and walk down them stairs and give her a hug. After what she just did? And you want to talk to me about sisterhood? You want to talk to me about black men ain't shit? No, sweetheart, no. Because I done seen us get our asses whooped up too many times by these non-black men, by these non-black people. You don't know how to fight them. You the damsel in distress. Let it be another black woman. It's the fucking Royal Rumble. Don't you tell me about black men as being dominated, because you showed your ass as being dominated too. Now, brothers, hold your applause, because I'm going to come back around the corner to y'all right now. If she is protecting and coddling that white woman because she want to be her replacement, you set the foundation for it because you want to be like white men. Oh, I'm going to get into it today. The fact that you got up off your ass and you hung that white woman after what she done did, and the history of that white woman has proven the stereotype about the white woman being y'all aphrodisiac. That's what it does. All that stereotype, that's what it proves. That you'll protect that white bitch at all costs. No matter what she do to you, you're going to be right there to make sure she's good and she's safe. Because at the end of the day, if the black woman want to be like the white woman, you're trying to be like that white man. Because you see power, wealth, and influence through him. All your life has been predicated on whiteness. You piss, you shit, you eat, you think, you dress for his success. And ain't nothing like having that white bitch by your side to look at that white man and say, aha, I got power just like you. See, don't nobody want to get into that conversation, but see, people agenda hustle. I don't do this gender hustling shit with y'all. I don't do that with y'all. Because at the end of the day, both of y'all are equally responsible for this. And what I saw last night is confirmation of that. You cannot think about defeating the enemy where you want to be like the enemy. You can't be black first and give them protection. That don't mix. It don't mix. You can't talk about white supremacy and you are married and dating the product of white supremacy. You can't do that. There's a bunch of fork-tongued people every single day, and it's detrimental to the community, because what we are showing the world is that at the end of the day, we are the toilet. You can piss, you can shit, you can spit, you can vomit on this toilet, and ain't got the audacity to flush it when you finish. Because we'll take all of the bullshit of society and say, oh, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Meanwhile, society can read the same Bible you read and say race first. Race first over it all. The Bible is just the front, but the race is important. But we got so much smoke for each other, but you ain't got no smoke for these people. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. People talking about, we got to rise up against the white man. We got to rise up against the white man. You had two that did it. You had Micah Johnson and Gavin Long. Niggas ran away like roaches when the lights came on. What was on all that shit? I don't want to hear it. Time and time again, we keep getting fucked up out here, and all we got is forgiveness and a hug. Forgiveness and a hug? They killing your kids, man. Shit, I would think the kids would have more merit. They killing your kids. They wiping out entire generations, and you sitting up here, I forgive you and I'm hugging you. You ain't got no love for your kids. You ain't got no love for your kids. Oh, but it's the black man's fault. Oh, it's the black woman's fault. As if you don't play no parts in this. You don't play no parts in it. Family, it's either we get right or we gonna get left. And we don't have time to be sitting up here playing. These people are telling you, we can kill you just like that, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Renee just gave y'all the example about Muhammad Noor. He's doing 12 years. They paid that family $20 million.
Yep. Sandra Bland's family got 1.9 million.
And a damn street sign named after her. See, that's what they do to us. Man, give them $1 million and then put a street name after them and call it a day. Let's give them a little marker that you go on the highway.
And nobody got locked up either. Nobody got locked up.
Nobody got locked up. I won't be surprised now if Dallas County are not already preparing a settlement for that family right now. To see family, that's another element. See, when you have family so quick to forgive, money has already been paid or it's in the process of being paid. You just got to go through the motion. You gotta go through the motion. Yep. So Philando Castile's mother was talking shit until they gave her that money. That's quiet. Laquan McDonald's family told you, don't riot, don't say nothing, because they done got their money. Mm-hmm. Freddie Gray, don't riot, we already got our money. Trayvon Martin's family, shh, come on, we want a time of peace because you got your money.
It's always the family that try to pacify us. It's always the family that pacify us every time.
It ain't just white folks that got blood on their hands. These black families got blood on their hands too. Because when you accept a payout like that, that's almost like saying your child was worth more dead than they were alive. But see, everybody get to go home. Amber gonna do 2 years and she get to go home and live her life and probably be a police officer elsewhere. She get to go home. They gotta go to a grave. See, that's the shit that will never leave me. She gets to go home. So what? It's 10 years. She'll leave in 5 or 2. She gets to go home though and have a new life with a new family. She gonna have a book. They gonna have a Lifetime, because you know Lifetime always have to capitalize off of stuff like this. She gonna get a Lifetime show. She might even get a snack show for her and get all this money. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you got to go to the grave site of your son and your brother. And the way he was hugging Amber, I won't be surprised if they ain't gonna be pen pals while she in jail. See, this is unforgivable. Yeah. See, family. Sometimes for our people, some things are unforgivable. If I'm more outraged than you, that is an unforgivable offense. If I am more outraged than you. See, we can't carry everybody. Sometimes you gotta let people wither off on the vine and just die off. And I hate to say that about our people, but sometimes you gotta let our people just fucking be. You work with the willing and the able. You work with people who understand what's going on, and everybody else, let the cards fall where they may. Let the cards fall where they may. Yep. Because at this point, if past events and current events is not enough to convince you about how important it is and what kind of danger we are in, I have nothing else for you. I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say at this point, because you have shown our people what side you really on. I don't care about the domestic community, because every new year, y'all gonna have a whole new online sorority to evade responsibility. I have never seen so many different factions online in my entire life. And all of this is a deflection, not to take responsibility for anything that you say and do, because it's always somebody's fault. Meanwhile, white people look at all of us as niggers. Oh, y'all ain't nothing but niggers, and niggers must go. Meanwhile, I'm a thinking black man. I'm a select black man. I'm a divested woman. I'm a pro-black woman. You think people really care about that? You really think people care about that?
You texted it to me?
They don't care.
Yeah, we got 2 people who came up. I want to get their opinions on this. We got Taz and Michael Phillips. What's good?
Hold on, bro.
All right. Yeah, Michael Phillips caught up right now. What's good, Taz?
Yo, what's going on?
Colin.
Hey.
Can you hear me? What up?
We can hear you.
What up, Taz?
Yo, can y'all niggas hear me, dog?
Yeah, you can hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's good? What's up with it?
Colin. I know you got an opinion about this.
Yeah, y'all up
Amber
at work, man. At least somebody
talking about that. The white broad.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
Go ahead.
I'm gonna chop it up. Yeah.
Oh wait, you got your background playing, Mike. I'm gonna mute you real quick. You gotta turn the stream off.
Ain't nobody even talking about this shit. Motherfuckers act like this shit didn't even happen yesterday.
Yeah, it's quiet because it's Becky.
That's true.
It's Becky.
Yeah.
It's Becky, and they don't want to. It's Becky killing the black man, and then with all the coonery that's happened, they don't want to deal with it.
Do you find it, hey Taz? Do you find it shocking that this is an educated lane that actually got killed, and we're the ones who's making all the noise, and these motherfuckers are sitting up here making excuses and not saying shit? You there, Taz? Okay, he ain't. All right.
I think he said he was working or something, so he might have went away for a second.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm about to look up some of these people and see that they say anything, because like it's very quiet.
Yeah, it is surprisingly quiet. Surprisingly quiet. Michael, you there? Are you there now? I don't know if he's still. I'm
just around, Michael. If you're ready to go.
Yeah, you might have to. You might be listening through the stream. I think you still. I don't know, because he came in. He was responding a little bit late with a delay. So I think he still had the stream going.
I'm muted though.
Okay, there you go.
I had muted. Yeah, I had to mute you because you was responding.
All right, so listen. I wanted to say something before I respond to this Amber Guyger shit, but I got to just go in on the Amber Guyger thing. Here's my point. And I know that y'all have touched on this, so forgive me for being redundant, but we got to stop it with the Christianity shit. We got to stop it with this Islam shit. Mm-hmm. What we saw in that courtroom yesterday between the brother, and I don't blame the brother, he was raised that way, and the judge is shameful. I don't know how we excuse that behavior. Like somehow we have been taught that this is the right thing to do. Christians, Europeans spread this madness across the globe, and black people are the only people on this planet that live by this doctrine, that try to live the way they've been taught with this doctrine. And I don't get it. The people that taught them this shit don't come close to living that life. So why do we feel compelled to live this life? I don't get it. Like, and I think I heard Psycho say earlier, I've been in and out because y'all been going like for most of the day, but how do you embrace the killer of your brother? Like the only way I'm touching that woman is if my hands are around her throat. Mm-hmm. You heard? Mm-hmm. Yep. What am I embracing her for? God told you to do that? That's what that book told you to do?
Then that book.
We got to really re-examine what we choose to follow and what we choose to believe in. Because that shit got us fucked up out here.
Yep.
That's real. That's real. I told people before, if your God is telling me to lay down the white supremacy and just be docile and sit on my hands and wait for something to come from the sky to save me, then that ain't no God I need to be following. That's problematic.
Right. Mm-hmm. Very problematic.
Yo,
whatever. Very problematic, and it's like we gotta stop.
Whatever God you want to call it, and listen, I grew up in a Christian family. My uncle was a Baptist minister. Like I used to go to church on a regular. I get it, but I'm saying at some point in time you become an adult and you have a choice to make, and you can say to yourself, like, does this really make sense to me? Like we can't keep.
Do y'all hear that?
What happened?
It's like some
feedback from somebody.
It's some kind of like
electronic I hear it.
Noise. Yeah.
I hear it.
Wait a minute. That could be me.
Okay.
That could be me. Let me fix that.
Okay, it went away now.
Okay. Yeah. Now what you're saying, Mike?
But my point was that. Oh
wait.
Maybe that's me. Is that me?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
I don't know. But Wisdom, mute your line for a second and see if it's your thing.
All right.
It's gone now.
Okay. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so what I'm saying is that I grew up in a Christian background, and like I said, my uncle was a Baptist minister, all of that. My cousins to this day on my father's side, all of them are Christians. And whenever we exchange Facebook posts, it's always some Christian rhetoric. It's always some God bless you, this, that, and the third, whatever. I'm not mad at them because they my family, and that's how they grew up. That's how they was raised, you heard? But I'm saying as a man, as a woman, you have a choice to make when you become of age where you can discern for yourself what life is and how things really move out here. And so what I'm saying is, if my brother gets killed by somebody and I go to a courtroom to testify or to give a, what they call them, whatever the statements is called after the guilty verdict. I forgot. I can't think of it right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. If I go to a courtroom to give a statement on my brother's behalf, you better believe that I'm shitting on the killer of my brother. Mm-hmm. I don't have nothing nice to say about him. I don't have nothing, or her. I don't have nothing, like there's no forgiveness in me. God is not talking to me at that time and telling me to do this, that, and the third. I'm not doing none of that. I'm a human. This is my flesh and blood. This is my brother who I shared meals with, and we got in trouble together. We got locked up together. We did all kinds of shit out here in the streets, but this was my A1 day one. So why am I embracing the killer of my brother?
Facts.
I need help with that.
Man, that shit, I ain't got no help for you, man. Like I said, we know where it comes from. You mentioned where it came from. You know, again, it comes from that book. That book, you know.
Right, but again, we've come a long way as Black people. At some point in time, we got to recognize that book is just a book, and that's all it is.
Yep.
Some point in time, we're gonna have to come to that realization. We've been here too long for that.
Yeah. Yes, we should not be still talking about turning the other cheek and everything else, and forgiveness and all this other bullshit. We really shouldn't still be talking about that in 2019. But yet, here we are.
Look, brother Psycho, you from North. I think Sister Renee is from St. Louis, I think. I can't speak on St. Louis. Okay, but I can't speak on it because I don't really know that particular area. But what I'm saying is I know Newark because it's in close proximity to where I grew up. Mm-hmm. And Psycho can speak on the Newark riots and all of that.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was a lot of people out there doing those Newark riots that grew up Christian.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
my parents
like,
being some of them.
They was like, fuck that book. Mm-hmm. And you could pick the riots. You could pick the LA riots back in the 90s, or I mean, just pick them. Like, niggas understood that when enough was enough, and they was like, okay, even if I grew up this way, even if, you know, this is what I was taught, like this ain't making no sense, because this book it seems to be one-sided. And when I say one-sided, it only seems to benefit a certain group. It don't seem to benefit my people.
Nope.
It only seems to benefit a certain people. So at some point in time, you got to realize that. Mm-hmm. What do they do? What do they do when you go to court? They make you put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. For what? Yep. For what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mind control. Mind control. Try to scare you into telling the truth.
Not happening, fam. Not happening. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. I got 3 kids and I got a wife. I got a mother and I got a brother. Me and my brother don't really rock out like we used to, but he's still my brother, you heard?
Definitely.
My point is, if anything happened to any of them people that I just named, I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison.
Thank you.
Period. That's it. Nothing else to talk about.
That's your family.
Yes. But listen. Brother Psycho, Sister Renee, Sister Muchacha, Black First. I mean, pick them. They all my family too. But guess what? I'm talking about my blood family. But guess what? If I ran across you and some shit jumped off, it's gonna be this is my brother right here. I ain't never met Renee a day in my life, but if some shit jump off, that's my sister. You heard?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about none of y'all, but y'all black people, and y'all perpetuate this black the black consciousness or the